Hey, brother teacher here with another unpopular video, because there are some, especially in the medical world, that don't like these types of videos because it sort of gives the medical industry a black eye. It's not intentional, but it's just simply what it is. And this video is titled Life After Chemotherapy, and even during chemotherapy. And we may as well add radiation, during and after radiation. Of course, we're talking about the big C word, cancer. Cancer is classified as a disease by the medical industry. They say it's a cancer tumor. But I want to, just in general, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a physician, I'm not a scientist by the collegiate standards, but I am a learned man, and I'm saying that to you again. So understand this about cancer. We have millions of cancer cells in our bodies every single day, and our body fights those cancer cells off every single day, and we never have any illness as a result. When God Almighty, the Creator, made man, He made us perfect. Physically, He made us perfect. He made us, that instilled within us the ability for our bodies to repair and heal itself. What has happened is that man happened. Man inserted himself, and he has caused conditions that are abnormal, not natural, to harm himself and his neighbor. The Industrial Revolution, all of the creations that man has wrought on this earth, the creation of fossil fuels, the creation of pesticides, herbicides, insecticides, rocket engines, diesel, gasoline, all of the chemicals that we use every day for cleaning, for preparing, for traveling, for manufacturing products, all of those chemicals are toxic. And we are the host. So when you see jets and airplanes and rockets in the sky and helicopters and so forth, they are burning fuel. All of the emissions are in the sky, and it dissipates throughout the sky and the atmosphere, and it lands on our plants, our trees, our homes, on top of us, on top of animals, on top of the soil, and it's absorbed, getting to us. We absorb it, not to mention we inhale it, not to mention the fact that they put chemicals in our food supply. The food manufacturers do this knowingly. Hundreds and thousands of chemicals in our food supply. Thousands of chemicals in our water supply, and we ingest and drink these chemicals. Even the detergents that we wash our clothing with, the detergent or the soaps that we wash our bodies with, the perfumes and the colognes that we put on our bodies, all contain chemicals that are not natural, not biological to the human body. and it's unfriendly. So what happens is that this perfect biological creation that God has wrought, has brought into existence, it becomes overwhelmed. And it finds itself in a condition of ill repair. And it develops what they call diseases and cancer. You see, cancer, the disease that we call cancer, is caused by us. Now, if it's caused by us, it can be eradicated or gotten rid of by us. But because they have created all of the different professions that have supposedly come together to try to understand cancer, to try and cure cancer, to try and maintain the best quality of health for the cancer patients. All of these professions, all of these organizations have become financially dependent upon cancer. So what are you saying, brother teacher? What I'm saying is that cancer has become big business. And it has made many people rich. It has made many doctors or oncologists and even general practitioners and even surgeons well-to-do. And once you've been spoiled with the financial benefit, you don't want to lose it. You want it to be consistent and perpetual, never ending. So that is what has happened with cancer. The industry, the pharmaceutical companies that keep pushing the cancer drugs, the hospitals that keep having the patients come in to be treated with chemotherapy and radiation, which, by the way, doesn't cure cancer. It kills not only the bad cells, but it kills the good cells, and then you are left without an immune system, and then cancer can come back full force and overtake you and then ultimately kill you because you have no immunity anymore that was given to you by God. Don't forget what I said earlier. Our bodies can heal itself, but it has become overwhelmed. Know the difference. It can heal itself. It is self-sufficient, self-healing. But when it is overwhelmed with those things that man has created, that we're exposed to every day, it becomes so overwhelmed that we develop disease and cancer that's caused by man. And again, since cancer research requires so many billions of dollars, since cancer medication or pharmaceuticals is making so many billions of dollars, they now have gotten smart over the years. They don't want to cure cancer, because if you are cured of cancer, and if you're cured of cancer by the hundreds of thousands or even millions, guess what happens? The cancer industry collapses because there's no longer any need for it. Isn't that common sense? So as long as you stay sick, doctors keep their jobs. Oncologists keep their jobs and their patients or their consumers. The pharmaceutical companies keep their revenue that they make annually from your medical insurance companies. Do you get it now? So the question is, let me look at my note. What is life like during chemotherapy and after chemotherapy? I sort of switched gears, but I want to touch on chemotherapy and radiation real quick. My camera's focused back, I think. But I want to touch on chemotherapy and radiation real quick. They don't cure the condition that they call cancer. Radiation and chemotherapy kills your good cells. Those protocols do that. Everyone knows this. And it also consequently kills your good and bad cells. Kills the bad cells and it kills the good cells. Now, if it kills the good cells, then where's your body's defense against any foreign invaders? Any free radicals now? So stop. It is my advice to you that while you're taking radiation and chemotherapy, one or the other, or even both, to make sure that you try your very best to intake nutrition. I know sometimes you're nauseated and you're tired and you're weak and you feel like you don't have an appetite, but you must make yourself do this if you want to live. You need nutrition, ladies and gentlemen. But above that, you want to also try to detox as much of those heavy metals out of your body while you're going through radiation and chemotherapy and even afterwards. One of the things that I suggest that you take on a regular basis, daily, would be bentonite clay. bentonite clay. Bentonite clay does two things. It supplies your body with many minerals and nutritional components while it is absorbing or pulling the heavy metals and the poisons and the pesticides even and the animals out of your body. I did say animals. What I'm talking about are those parasites that may be living in your body as well. So the bentonite clay pulls that and draws it within itself. And when you go to the bathroom, you eliminate those heavy metals and all of those other harmful factors that have accumulated in your body. Another thing that you can take would be charcoal, activated charcoal. Make sure that you go to your Whole Foods or health food store. You can order it also on Amazon or even eBay from a reputable seller. Make sure that it's organic with no additives or fillers. It is activated charcoal, not the kind you cook on the barbecue grill with, because that will kill you dead. Activated charcoal, you take a tablespoon, and I didn't mention the bentonite clay would be a tablespoon of that as well if you take that, in about 12 ounces of water in the morning, stir it up and drink it. It just tastes earthy. And it doesn't matter what kind of flavor it has or doesn't have, it's going to keep your behind alive. So I said activated charcoal, and I also mentioned bentonite clay. Now, another thing that you can take that I strongly advise, and that's chlorella, which is a blue-green algae. CHLORELLA. Cracked. You want the cracked chlorella. So when you have the cracked chlorella, that means it absorbs into your system and it is able to assimilate better when it is cracked. The cell walls, that is. So you want chlorella. Get used to, become familiar with these three things that I mentioned to you. And chlorella has many nutritional components in it that's healthy for you. along with that, it also helps to pull or draw the heavy metals out of your body so that you can expel them out of your waste. I'll wait till my camera focuses again. Excuse that little interruption. I apologize, but I believe that the majority of this particular video was clear from what I could see. And I want to encourage you, if you have cancer or have had cancer and it's in remission, or you know someone else, follow these things. Start studying yourself. Start studying the world in which you live so that you can live in the world a bit longer. This is Brother Teacher. You know what I'm going to say. Yah loves you, and I love you. So long.